Belize is justifiably proud of its natural heritage. Although a small country by geography and population, Belize is home to the largest barrier reef in the Western Hemisphere. Our land-based ecosystems support an unrivaled richness of scenery, wildlife, and is an exciting destination area for Belizeans and visitors. Recognizing the importance of its national heritage, Belize began establishing its protected areas in the 1920s with the Silkgrass Reserve. It then delivered on an extensive legislative base with the Forest Act, the National Park Systems Act, the Fisheries Act, the Ancient Monuments and Antiquities Ordinance, just to name a few. The Protected Areas Conservation Trust, PACT, was established in 1996 out of the need for a coordinating force that could help in the nationwide effort to maximize the conservation, preservation, enhancement, and management of Belize's natural and cultural resources. These efforts have been supported by organizations and communities like yourselves around the country. This generous designation of protected areas has now made Belize one of the most environmentally advanced countries in the world, with extensive areas of the national territory now designated as protected areas. For these bold, innovative steps, we are both proud and grateful. Thank you for pioneering with us over the past 20 years. But we cannot feel that the work is done. As any true pioneer knows, we need to continually rethink everything. We must ensure that not only are measures put in place to protect our environment, but that monitoring and enforcement of these efforts is mandatory for us to reap the rewards of our protection efforts for the environment. It is imperative that we protect this endowment for generations of Belizeans to come. In October 2015, an amendment to the PACT Act was legislated to evolve PACT into the organization it needs to become to meet its new mandate. With this important new legislation, PACT now sees itself as a vibrant youth heading on 21, who is now an investor in the environment and ultimately the socio-economic future of Belize. And as in any prudent investment, we must demand returns and profits to the environment that we are investing in. Accountability and evaluation is now mandatory should we want to leave this earth better than we found it. PACT's funds are public funds, and as custodians, we must hold ourselves accountable. Every investor measures success by returns, either in goodwill or impact. Investors focus on improving efficiency, transparency, and creating good governance via accountability measures and impact for the care and management of the Belizean environment and ecosystem. This is the paradigm shift that we must embrace, internal to and external to PACT, to ensure that Belize and its people reap the rewards. For those of you who may be worried, there is no need to be. Plans are in place to ensure that business continues for our NGOs and CBOs like you who rely on us to be able to serve our communities on the ground. The paradigm shift requires, however, that we realize that as investors, innovators, and trailblazers, that change is necessary so that we can continue and improve on the glorious existence of our protected areas in a spirit of collaboration and true partnerships, while being reminded that we do all of this for the Belizean people and with the support of the Belizean people. Over the transition year, we will continue to receive and process applications for environmental support grants, professional development grants, workshop grants, and will reserve a modest envelope for extraordinary requests for funding because we want to see your growth and development and are proud to support your institutional strengthening and capacity building. We will focus on these during the transition year toward the goal of self-sustainability. We will operationalize our sustainability with a willingness to pay survey, a 5-year strategic plan for both PACT and NPAS, an institutional and skills gap assessment. This year marks 20 years of our existence, and together we have soared like the harpy eagle, which is a proud symbol of our organization. But like the harpy eagle, we must now make a decision to transform to new levels of returns for the Belizean people. We invite you to work with us as we take our famous flight of rebirth, a pact making impact to ensure that our patrimony remains intact.